Welcome back to the pregame show before the game with St. Francis. Harry Schrader, Jason Brianak, the head football coach here at Missouri Baptist. And you guys have a tall order today, but I want to go back and look back a little bit. Over the last 2-3 weeks, we've seen the emergence of Willie Pratt in your backfield. Talk a little bit about him.
Yeah, William's been a huge addition because he's so fast. He's one of those guys that he's not real big, so I think some of that helps him. He can hide behind the offensive line, but he's so quick and he can put his foot in the ground and change directions extremely fast. It's been a huge addition for us because with our offensive line being young, those holes are there. They're just not there for very long, and he's got the speed to really get through there, and he's helped our run game. He can make people miss in the open field, so it's been a great addition for us.
We think we've watched him mature a little bit in the last couple of weeks, too. The first week or two, he was kind of giving ground every time he got the ball, looking for that home run, and now he's really hitting the hole.
Yeah, I give him a lot of credit for being coachable in that moment because I think early on, being a freshman, he could get away with that in high school, and you step up a level and the speed is so much quicker that you can't just reverse field and make things happen. But we really talked to him about, hey, make one decision, get downfield, and make cuts. So, and he's done that really, really well over the last couple of weeks and has been able to give us a boost in the run game.
Very obvious last week that he was doing that. Last week also, Antorio Barton gets back in the lineup, and he looked like the Antorio Barton from a year ago.
Yeah, Antorio, as we talked early on in the season, he's just kind of that guy that every week you know what you're going to get from him. We've got to get him a little bit back into shape, so to speak. You know, being out, it's hard to do a lot of conditioning and stuff like that. So he's done a great job, and look forward to just seeing what he can give us this year. And then the nice thing is we get 2 more years.
So speaking of the running game, it's pretty good to have Steven Gorska back.
Yeah, adding Steven back on the offensive line helps us a tremendous amount. You know, we got Alec Pfister back, and those are, you know, we're really close to having our starting offensive line back, which we didn't have since the Bethel game. So you got a lot more size, and the other thing that both those guys bring is experience. And Steven's a guy who's on our leadership council, voted as one of our captains, so it's definitely nice to have him back in the lineup.
On the defensive side, you guys keep making defensive improvements. The last 2 weeks, you've had your 2 lowest defensive outputs, I mean, in terms of allowing points, 2 of the maybe 3 best defensive games you've ever had at the program. Just talk about how the defense is maturing.
Every week they keep bringing in a lot of focus into the week, and what you start to see is a lot of belief amongst the guys, and more importantly, something we talk on a weekly basis since week 1 is just a lot of trust. You know, there's a lot of guys trusting that individual is going to do their job, so they feel more comfortable to do their job. And obviously adding Sean Geary back in the lineup as a middle linebacker helps out a tremendous amount. Caleb Carver did an excellent job while he filled in, but it was still some stuff that he didn't know about and was still learning, uncertain about, where Sean, he can go jump right in and make plays. So they keep getting better. I'm really proud of them. Give a lot of credit to the defensive coaches. I spend a lot of time on the defense, but it's really a credit to Coach Dunn and Coach White and Coach Hawthorne and Coach Sweat, who are really with them on a day-in, day-out basis. Coach Hawthorne has done a fantastic job with the secondary, working with those corners, and it really showed up last week.
Tredarius was really good.
Tredarius played one of the best games I've seen him play. Devontae Johnson continues to grow and get better, and what you're seeing is on a weekly basis when we're in film, those 2 guys are right next to Coach Hawthorne, and he's pointing things out, and you see it happening on the field. And that's the thing that we really talk to him about is just be coachable, listen, trust us as coaches, trust each other as teammates.
Yeah, watching your defensive line, you guys were shuffling a lot of guys in. You were missing Malik Ross. I thought Chandler Anderson had a good game. Luna just continues to emerge. I mean, you're seeing a lot of fun things, I think, on the defensive side. Over a year ago, when we were first starting that first season, you said, listen, it's early on, we're young, we're smaller and younger than everybody else, wins are going to be hard to come by. We're looking at ways to measure success and victories. Tell me some of the victories you've seen this year.
I've seen these guys grow together as a team, and I think that's a huge victory. We probably have more young players this year than what we had last year, and which is kind of a weird thing going into year 2. We expected to get a little year older, but we didn't. We have guys that there were some people that we had to get rid of that weren't buying into what the program and what we were trying to build. The guys that we have there now are 100% all in. I think a huge victory is their effort. You know, it is very difficult, especially for an 18, 19, 20-year-old, when you're not having wins on the field, to continue to bring a lot of effort and a lot of focus into your practice and into your preparation. And these guys have answered the bell every single week. And especially this week, you know, it'd be very easy to say, okay, we're playing the number 5 team in the country. We don't have a prayer. We're just going to come the last 4 days, screw around, go see what happens on Saturday and be done with this year. Hasn't happened. There's guys in the locker room, in the meeting rooms, talking about this is an upset week. We're going to shock the world, that kind of stuff. So I'm very proud of how they've brought a mental focus into this season. So the effort is huge. And then the number one thing, and I kind of mentioned it with the defense, but what we want to see on film on Saturday is things that we're teaching throughout the week in practice, and that they're executing that in a game. And there's time and time again that we're seeing that, whether it be little things that fans don't see, where what we term vice tackle, where you have 2 guys converging on a ball carrier, they both break down and make the tackle. That's something we spend a lot of time on throughout the course of the year. In the Bethel game, it didn't happen. We'd have 2 guys run at a ball carrier and they'd both cross and miss, and the ball carrier would keep going. But we're starting to see a lot of those things that we're teaching show up on film. And as a result, what you're seeing is more points go up on the board, where you're seeing fewer points go up for the opponent, and we're competitive in these games. You know, we have chances to win, where last year there weren't many opportunities where we were actually in that game late.
Final thoughts just about today. You've got St. Francis, and you mentioned number 5, 6 team in the nation. And the guys are taking on the challenge. But what is the challenge? What are they good at?
Everything. They are very good at everything. I think this is, you know, Coach Donnelly, the head coach there, and I've mentioned this to the team, is that this is a program that we really want to emulate. They've been around for a while. Coach Donnelly started that program about 20 plus years ago, maybe 21 or 22 years ago. He started it. He's been there this whole time. He has a great staff of guys. He gets really good football players and coaches them and develops them. And what you see is they're very technical in what they do. They're not overly complicated offensively or defensively, but they're very sound, and they just play hard. They've got good players. They play hard. They come after you, and that's what we're trying to build. And so, you know, there's nothing that you sit back and go, man, they really worry me because of this play or that play. You know, they just worry you because they play hard and they play fast and they're physical. So we've got to match that. You know, last year we went back and watched our film from last year, and we lost that game 42-7. It was our second ball game, but at the end of the first quarter it was 7-0. And so, you know, there's some things that I think this team is playing with a lot of confidence, and I'm excited to watch what they can do.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Go shock the world.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's Jason Buryanek. I'm Harry Schrader. Kevin Paulus and I will have the kickoff for you in just a minute. You're watching Missouri Baptist football on the Spartan Digital Network.